Indestructible Gaming. Select your character. Musketshot. Mr. K. Let the battle begin. Get ready for a battle unknown. 3, 2, 1.
Hello and welcome to Indestructible Gaming and More. This is episode 25. Hooray! I am Musketshot. Alongside me is my co-host, Mr. K. Mr. K, hello.
Hello, everyone. Welcome to a very special episode.
Yeah, number 25. Remember when we were starting out months ago and I said, whoa, we're at episode 3. I can't believe it. Now we're at episode 25 and I can't believe it. So
Yeah,
exciting.
25 weeks
It's cool.
of fun indie games with various worlds and various wacky characters.
Yeah, it's been a fun experience, and we've had a lot of loyal listeners in East Providence, Rhode Island, Washington, Virginia, Columbus, Ohio, and Cliché, France. They've all listened to each one of every podcast episode we've posted, which is really cool. So thank you very much for listening to all those, and we've been listened to or had podcast downloads on 6 continents and 29 different countries. So, pretty cool. I think that's pretty neat. And that's something I don't think I thought about much when we first started this. You think about podcasts and you think, well, who really listens to them? And then, you think what your audience is going to be and where they'll be and stuff like that. And I didn't think we would be all over the place, all over the world, which is pretty cool. And I think it's kind of humbling to see that and hear that. So it's pretty neat.
Yeah, thank you so much. We highly appreciate it.
Yeah.
Happy you enjoy these.
Yeah. And we had fun doing them. It's fun playing the games and then talking about them afterwards. Kind of seeing what our take is, and obviously both different takes a lot of times from our personal perspectives and stuff like that. So, but anyways, we're going to start with a video game review of Brawlhalla, and then we're going to, since it's episode 25, we're going to give you 5 games that we've played so far throughout these weeks, and kind of give you our take on 5 games that really kind of surprised us and really, I guess, made us talk a lot about them and want to play them again. So we'll get to that after the review of Brawlhalla. Okay. So Brawlhalla. Oh, and I did want to mention real quick, the last week we were supposed to do a review for Super Sci Penguin, and that was and we had said that there were some issues where whether it was technical issues or what the deal is. We did find out that the technical issues are on our end, and I think it's basically because of our computer's laptop. It doesn't work very well. I guess the game doesn't work very well on a laptop. And
and apparently, even though my computer isn't a gaming computer, it couldn't run on that either. So.
Yeah,
you're out of luck.
So yeah, it might be that your computer's a little bit older, so maybe you need, maybe try it on your brother's computer if it's newer. But I don't know if it'll do it work or not. But I didn't think about that. But anyways, we thanks for the the opportunity to play that. Hopefully, maybe at some point, if both of us have newer computers, maybe we can try that game down the road.
Yeah, definitely.
Okay. Well, so let's get into Brawlhalla. Brawlhalla, developed by Blue Mammoth Games, a Ubisoft studio, and they're also the creator of Dungeon Blitz. And Brawlhalla was released in 2017, and it is it's a free game. You can play it on everything. It's on every
impressive.
Yeah, it's on every possible platform you can play it on. So easy to find. it's a 2D platform fighter, and you can play up to a lot of the games. You can play up to 8 online or local players with crossplay for everything too. So that's I think that's pretty cool too. So depending on what your favorite console platform is that you'd like to play it on, you can find this game even if you just type in Brawlhalla on the in the internet, you'll find it pretty easily. All right, so do you want to just give a quick synopsis of this game?
So Brawlhalla takes an inspiration from another game that exists from Nintendo named Super Smash Brothers. It's been going on for a long while.
Probably one of your favorite games of all time.
Yeah, and I love it when games try to take something from it and make it better or make it have a twist.
Mm-hmm.
And there's a couple out there. You got Brawlhalla, you have Rivals of Aether, you have a bunch of other ones that do it too. And even have their own wacky characters and different kinds of gameplay elements that help it out. So it's really impressive how one can take from such a idea and expand upon it in their own way. But Brawlhalla does it where it's more traditional Smash Brothers, like Rivals of Aether does it. And it's really cool because you have to knock opponents off the stage for them to die. And basically that's it. Well, it depends on there's different modes too. It's hard to explain what Smash Brothers is. It's basically, essentially, this is really hard to explain. It's
basically a fighting game where the goal is to knock the other guy off the platforms at least 3 times, and then and well, in this game you can do 3 times. You might be able to change
it up in the modes. There's a lot to it.
Some of them are time based. So
yeah, but you have a whole array of a cast of characters to choose from, each with their own set of moves that you can pull off.
It's an easy game to pick up and play.
It's a hard game to tell you how exactly it works with every little piece and bit.
Yeah, there's
a lot.
Yeah, it's kind of complex a little bit because there's different characters. Each character has different weapons and sometimes different I guess power moves.
Yeah,
and stuff
each
like
different
that.
weapon with each different directional attack with their own special directionals attacks that they also have.
Mm-hmm.
Like Musketshot said, you have to knock them off the stage and kill them. Either that, or if it's like a special mode, you have to do some special objective to win, essentially.
Right.
And you can go into the settings when you're picking your character to change that at any time. So you're in full control.
Yeah.
Characters you unlock by getting coins through games which they're called legends, and you can use coins to get them. They have skins for them, and they have crossover skins for them, which has like a special character like World Wrestling John Cena.
Yep. Undertaker. And
then you got
Macho Man Savage.
And you have characters in like the cartoon world, like Finn and Jake from Adventure Time, or other characters from Adventure Time. You have a bunch of Steven Universe. That's what I was thinking of. Steven Universe is also in there. Ben 10. Ben 10's in there too.
Yeah.
It's insane how much they've gone for this game.
Yeah, plus there's other gaming characters as well. Rayman is in it.
Rayman, he's a regular legend. But you can also get like Dark Rayman. You can get Glowbox and all that. It's really cool. The only thing I don't like about it though is that you have to pay microtransactions to get them.
Yeah. Which
for a free game I can understand, but from what you're already getting and how much you're already putting in it, I don't know. It could have been better just left as is free.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I thought that was kind of a bummer. I don't know. Maybe there's a different way of getting it. I know that they have on there a thing you can do is called a battle pass, which is like 12-week long mission based thing that each day you complete certain missions and then you get certain rewards.
A lot of things do this, like Fortnite and PUBG and all that stuff.
Yeah, so
I'm not a whole big fan of it, but
yeah, maybe you can
at
get
least
some
they're
of that
making
stuff.
it fresh.
Right.
I'm happy they're still updating it as is. They could have just left it with the last crossover and then say, all right, that's it.
Yeah, there's definitely they're very active in the updates in this game. There's a lot of different updates. I mean, one of the characters you can buy is Lara Croft from Tomb Raider.
You got Lara Croft, and you got Hellboy. Which I wasn't expecting to see.
Yeah, so it's pretty funny. There is in the free version there is 10 characters that you can choose from, and the characters you can, when you select the character for a lot of the different modes, you can change the color of the character.
You can also buy these in the shop as well.
Yeah. So, I mean, it's not like you start off in the free mode with just a couple different characters and that's it. There's 10 characters to choose from, which is still pretty good. I mean, you can have a lot of fun.
They have a lot more than 10 characters, though.
Oh, yeah. There's a lot of characters that if you can buy them and get them somehow, oh my gosh, there's probably...
I'm thinking of getting the pack, honestly, that gives you all the legends because...
Oh, really?
I'm thinking about it because I'm enjoying the game that much.
Yeah. Yeah, so some of the character names are, there's Orion, Nash, Taros, Asuri, Ulgrim, Diana, Nyx, Mordix, Sidra, and Dusk. So those are the character names. So, and each one is different, have a different type of, outfit or clothing and stuff like that. And each one, like I said, has its own weapons and different things that they can do and stuff, which is pretty cool. I think so far, favorite character so far is probably, it might be Nyx. I like Nyx a lot. And maybe Taros. Taros is like a bull character, and Nyx is more of a guy that kind of looks a little weird, but a little crazy.
Do you remember which one's the one that looks like kind of like an angelic knight? The first one that would show up.
Orion?
Yeah, I think it is Orion.
Yeah. That
was a really cool character.
Yeah, he is. He is a pretty cool looking character.
I like playing as him, especially since I like a special skin for him.
Yeah. So they have 1 versus 1 gameplay, 2 versus 2, 4-player, free for all type stuff. They have cross-play, custom rooms, training rooms.
It's pretty impressive. Put a lot of work into these, and these aren't the only modes either. They have other special modes you can play as well.
Yeah, so they have some different game modes. Do you want to get into some of the game modes that we played that we had a pretty good time with?
Well, one of the ones we enjoyed when we played together, we had it was called Dodge Bomb, and that's essentially you go on these bunch of little platforms around, all in a singular line. If you fall, you wouldn't be able to get back up, and pretty much you had bombs that would appear on top of them, and you could just throw at each other until one of you lost all your lives and you're dead.
Yeah,
it was pretty fun.
Yeah,
it's one of the funnest ones we enjoyed.
Yeah, it's difficult too because you have to jump a lot at this and time your jump and try not to get hit by these bombs. It's kind of like a little ball. So it was pretty funny. There's another one that we liked a lot, which is called Brawl Down, which takes place in a wrestling ring. And it's kind of like a replica wrestling ring. It's kind of, they only show you like half the wrestling ring. So you see it, but it looks like something that would be, in the WWE wrestling type thing.
Yeah, you're like in the stadium of it. It's pretty funny.
Yeah, so you get to use your weapons and fight each other in the ring, but then every once in a while it comes down from the sky, comes down like, a table or like a chair.
Yeah.
You get smash each other with it. You can bounce off the ropes and stuff like that and jumps. It was pretty funny. It was a lot of fun. Another game that my wife and I played and liked a lot was Beach Brawl. And that one, it drops a couple of beach balls down at a time into the middle of the screen, and you basically have to try to hit the beach ball to the other side of the person's screen there, and get it in the goal area.
Yeah,
And so you get points.
When me and you played it, that didn't go so well.
No. So, but yeah, there's a bunch of different stuff. There's one that called Kung Fu, which is kind of like a soccer game.
Yeah, this Kung Fu is actually from Rayman Legends, a game that Rayman is from. So they brought it over from that game, and they used actual sound effects from that game.
Yeah, that's pretty cool.
Yeah, it's pretty neat.
Yeah, there's another one that we played that was actually pretty tough. It was called Horde, and this is the only one that I know of the only mode I know of, really, pretty much. Well, I can't say it's the only mode, but it's one of the modes, the only mode that we played where you work together as teammates, and you got to stop this horde of waves and waves of enemies coming at you and trying to get to certain.
There's two sides of these gate things, and you don't want them to go into the gates. You have to defend the gates.
Yeah.
Or else they'll eventually just blow up and immediately take you back to the results screen.
Yeah.
Without saying you lost. So it was kind of confusing the first time, but.
Yeah, it is. It's kind of fun though, because, to work together, if you pick the right type of characters, it can be pretty fun watching.
If there was more than 2 players, I bet it would have been a lot more fun.
Yeah, but it probably would have been a lot more enemy too coming at you, I bet you. So, yeah. So that was good. But there's a lot of different games. There is some games that are more team-based, like there's one that's called Buddy and Capture the Flag.
Bubble Tag.
Temple Climb was kind of interesting. Temple Climb kind of reminded us of Brawlhalla.
Yeah.
Where the platforms would slowly fall towards the bottom of the screen, and you didn't want to be on that platform because you'd fall off, so you had to kind of constantly climb. So that was kind of cool. And then probably Morph was probably our favorite one.
Yeah, that one was pretty cool, because with that one you pick up to 3 fighters to be on your team, and you have your normal moves and normal attacks, but you can get rid of your weapons. And the reason for that is when you press the melee throwaway button, because when you grab them, you can just toss them at the other person and hurt them. Or if you want to get a new one, you can just toss it away. But when that happened, it changes you into the other people that you have on your team without any lag on the individual frames of your character. So you can easily lead it up and do a combo. Or different, you can experiment with them, and it's really cool. And each of them will have a distinct weapon. They won't change at all. They'll keep it for the whole match. It's a pretty cool concept, which can probably leave in a pretty cool gameplay. Yeah,
I think that was probably the one that we probably enjoyed the most, and kind of similar. It kind of reminded me of some of the Marvel versus Capcom things, where you have 3 characters, and then you can press a button and the other character will come in and stuff like that and help, switch out and stuff like that. If one guy's getting beat up a little bit too much, you want to save him, that type of thing. So it was pretty neat. The different modes. I like the fact that there were the different modes and playing this game, because I thought at first it was just going to be, we'll pick and there's a whole bunch of different levels, right? Different, there
was a good amount of levels.
Different platforms and different places you can go to. You can do random, it'll pick one for you, or you could select one. There was one for Ben 10. There was one for Rayman, right?
Yeah, I think there was. And there was one for Shovel Knight too. They also made a Shovel Knight crossover, which was pretty cool to see.
Yeah, so it's pretty cool that they did that. But I was concerned that that's basically what it was going to be, and then when you found out that there's these different modes in there, I thought that made the game that much better, because you get to play, some different stuff with the characters.
They've added a lot to the game since it released.
Yeah.
And it's very impressive. It shows that they do care about it.
Yeah.
They do care about their audience.
Yeah. Yeah. Yeah, and I mean, to me, it's the typical button mash game. Just pressing a whole bunch of buttons and stuff like that, and doing certain things. But it was a lot of fun. A lot of fun to play that. So
I'll probably play this more often.
yeah. And I think my wife even liked it a lot too. She really liked the game and thought it was a lot of fun. So, especially the different modes and stuff like that to play. So, anything else that you want to add to this as far as talking about the game? I think we've covered everything other than talking about each character. Each character is a little different. It's hard to explain the characters, but
they each have something unique about them and their abilities in how they use them in their fight.
Yeah, and they're different. Some are animals and some are humans, and then some are maybe something else. More like, I think Olgrim is more of a kind of Nordic god type character type stuff. So it's a little mix of everything in it. So depending on what your preference is, the best thing is to play all of them, kind of see what they're like, and then you can kind of find which characters you really work well with you.
Yeah, if Ubisoft, if you're listening to this, if you're gonna add a Ubisoft character again, I would like to see Ezio from Assassin's Creed come in and fight, because that'd be pretty cool.
Mm-hmm.
You can use his hidden blades.
Oh yeah, huh?
It'd be very cool to see that. Either that or like a new character. I don't know, like the person from Watch Dogs. That's a cool game. I want to get back to that.
Yeah. Okay. So what would you rate this game?
I thought Brawlhalla was pretty fun. Had really good music. I like the characters. It shows they're unique in different ways. I don't remember them being, because when I first saw this game and played it, I did not like it one bit. And I don't know, I just had a grudge with it. And I'm glad that I came back to it and actually play it again, because there's nothing bad whatsoever about this game. I enjoyed it a lot, and it's free. That's the best part about it. You can go on and just play it. It's really fun. It's worth it.
Mm-hmm.
Microtransactions are a big setback to me for games. It bothers me. It's not the fact that only the crossover characters and the skins cost money, but everything else, colors, podiums, a bunch of different things in the shop cost money that will make you pay for microtransactions. And the only things that you can pay with gold are the actual legends. And that bothers me a little bit, because that means you have to pay a lot more money for stuff that you probably wouldn't need. Other than that, though, I love the game to bits. Probably going to keep this on my Xbox and play it more. Definitely, without a doubt. Hopefully I can get some people we can play it more often.
Mm-hmm.
Overall, I have to give it an 8 out of 10.
Okay. Yeah, I like the game a lot. It surprised me. Thought it was a lot of fun. Like I say, my wife and I played it together, and we had a good time with it. And she said she would definitely play it again. So you probably got at least 2 more people to play with here, and get another 4th person to play. That'd be kind of fun. But yeah, I'm with you with I think the amount of gold that you get each time you play a game sometimes isn't a lot. So to get the legends, it's gonna take a while.
Apparently, to get more gold, it's easier to play online rather than local.
Yeah. Okay.
Because apparently that makes you less, because you can fix it to your own needs. So it makes sense why you get less. Yeah.
Yeah. I'm with you though. Also with the microtransactions. Nope. I don't really buy in-game purchases most of the time for stuff. I understand why people do it, and because if you're making the game for free and you want to make some money off of it, you kind of have to do that. So I have no problems with you doing it. I don't tend to do it. I mean,
yeah, neither do I.
You know, if there was something I really, 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 really wanted, maybe I would do it. But generally speaking, there's really not much that would make me want to do that. So I won't do that. But I enjoyed playing the game, and I'll continue playing it again with you or my wife or all of us, and play some future games. But I would give it an 8 out of 10 as well. And we'll leave it at that. Okay.
All right.
So again, for the 25th episode here, we figured we'd kind of look back at some of the games that we played and maybe pick 5 games out of from these past episodes that really kind of surprised us and made us go, wow, yeah, that was a lot of fun to play. So do you want to take turns we'll swap off each one? And
Yeah, we can do that.
okay. Do you want me to go first since you went first last week?
Yeah.
Okay. So first game for me was early on in our episodes, and it was Jazz Punk. It was a game that you recommended, and it was on Steam. And very quirky, very...
That's actually one of my choices. That's pretty funny.
Yeah, it's a very quirky comedy type based game. They were inspired by movies like Airplane and Naked Gun and other stuff like that. So very weird stuff in the game. A lot to explore, a lot to do on the levels. Some of it was really silly. Some of it was kind of fun. But yeah, that was definitely a surprise to me. And you said Jazz Punk was one for you too.
Oh yeah, that was the one I was gonna say too. Is I found it really funny. The characters were engaging and funny, and it was a good time. It felt like you said, Naked Gun.
Yeah, a lot of side mission type stuff. And
it's fun to screw around with.
You can really play around with a lot of the stuff. So it's definitely one game I'll have to go back to at some point because there's a lot I missed in the gameplay that we did. So, all right, what's another one for you?
I liked like I said, Jazz Punk was one of mine, but as I said it earlier, I liked Jumpalo a lot.
Yep, yeah, that's one of mine too.
Because Jumpalo was a very fun game. I enjoy jumping onto the various platforms and doing different abilities to knock people off and locking them down. And it was overall a fun time, especially with 2 people. I bet we haven't tried it since because we've been so busy, but at some point I do want to try it with more people.
Yeah, that was definitely a surprise game for me as well, because I think it was, I didn't know what to really expect when I played it by myself. I was like, whoa, okay. But when we played it together, I was like, wow, I think we were laughing more than anything at all the different things we could do.
The characters are really cool and they all have really unique abilities.
Yeah.
Which can provide for some pretty funny moments.
Yeah. And then I think we mentioned in the podcast that, you add a couple more people to the game, and then it becomes total chaos on the screen because not only are you trying to hit each other, knock each other down, or do something to them, but you're also trying to watch the levels as they're falling away and trying not to get sucked down into off the screen. So yeah, definitely a cool game. Okay, so another one for me, Ready, Set, Go.
I see. We have the same mind.
So yeah, Ready, Set, Go is a game for the phone and app game, and really kind of surprised us. It was it's easy to learn, as we said in the podcast, easy to learn, hard to master type of game. It's really, it's a one hit, you're dead game. So you really have to, it's more of how long can you go type of base game, how many seconds can you go, and maybe how many minutes you can go, that type of stuff. There's,
still one of the only apps that doesn't have ads on it.
Yeah.
Which amazes me.
Yeah.
It makes me completely happy because I hate ads.
Yeah.
I understand why they exist, but they are such a nuisance.
Yeah. And this one, they've actually been doing some upgrades to it. So there's now like different goat costumes and other stuff that they're adding.
Really cool.
And I think they're going to be adding a new character as well, or something like that. From what I saw on Twitter, I think there's going to be a new character at some point. So really cool. And we actually did an interview with the developers, Eric and Jimmy, the 2 guys that developed this game, and great couple of guys that really, you could tell that they have a lot of passion in creating this game and just have put 100% behind this game, and weren't going to put something out that wasn't 100%. So it's become their life. And I know that they came third place in some award a while back. I can't remember what it was. I saw it online. So it was pretty cool. I was pretty happy to see that because I think it's well deserved.
Yeah, I hope they have a lot more ahead for them, and the game is definitely looking way better than it has been. And I'm happy that they're doing their best and putting a lot of their passion and time and love into this because it's definitely working out for them. I love what they've been doing so far, and it's amazing that we got to meet them and talk to them and get to know them.
Yep. Yeah, definitely. All right, what's another one for you?
Surprisingly, I liked Kill It With Fire.
Oh my God, that's on my list too.
Because it's funny going around just destroying everything in the house,
yeah,
spiders with a flamethrower.
Yeah.
It's ironic how the arachnophobe likes the spider game.
Yeah, I know. This is, and we only played the demo version, which was only a couple levels long. So
it's fully out now, so you guys can go buy it if you really are interested.
Yeah, this game the demo version was a lot of fun, and I actually did a demo version of it on Twitch, which was still got to build up some more stuff on Twitch. But I did a demo gameplay of it, about 45 minutes of it, and so you really get to see how it's played. But a lot of, oh my God, it's so much fun just picking stuff up, throwing it around. The spider takes off, you just smash it with something, shoot it. Burn it. I mean, that's the best thing is burning stuff. I mean, it's just you can just set the whole house on fire for the most part, and and you just see the thing on fire running around, and then you just watch it run around and then flip over and die. It's kind of funny, but yeah, probably one of the funnier games. Although, like you said, I think the podcast a little creepy too at times.
Oh yeah,
because you had that. Ominous type of
that
music
orchestra going on in the background.
Yeah, you knew it was coming. You knew it was going to pop out soon, pretty soon, and it had its own music when it pops out, and it's like, ugh. And some of them were so fast, and oh my God, so yeah, that was a tough one. So, but they have a lot of fun. I forgot. That was your turn, right? And I think we've already hit 4 games already. We both had the same 4 games, so I'm going to guess what your 5th game is, and it's probably mine too. I'd be surprised if it isn't, but Carry On.
Yeah. I liked Carry On a lot. That game
Carry On. Yeah, we just did a podcast for this a couple weeks back, and wow, what a cool game that just came out in July. Playing a monster, and
I love the visuals. The visuals were really nice to see.
Yeah, just the way you can grab the characters and with these tentacles and pull them, and without them even seeing you personally, just grabbing them by the tentacles, grabbing them, slamming them up against things, and basically eating them. And I mean, it was just and the way it moves in the game, it's just a lot of fun to play.
It's fun to be the monster.
Yeah, it is. It is. And like you said, you've been looking at a lot of these reverse horror type games and wanting to play them more. So
funny how I chose this over Maneater.
Yeah.
As much as I liked Maneater, I feel like Carrion was a lot more. I felt like it was a lot more fun just because of the movement. The movement was very fun and to play with.
Yeah.
And use your different abilities and all that.
Yeah.
And as much as I like Maneater, I did finish it in 3 days. And that still kind of makes me sad. Because with Carrion, I've been playing it for a while, and I haven't finished it yet. So
yeah. So do you think that's one of the reasons why you chose Carrion over Maneater, because of the shortness of Maneater?
Probably. It only makes sense.
Yeah. So there. I mean. That's funny. We didn't even talk about what our 5 games would be beforehand. So that's pretty amazing that we both picked all the same 5 games.
Yeah.
because I thought we'd have at least one or two different ones, but it's pretty cool. So I'm going to let you tell the title for the next game for next week that we're going to be talking about.
So next week, we're going to be doing a game that it's the second of the main series. It's called Man of Medan. It's a psychological horror game where you can make the decisions of the characters, and it basically plays out like a movie, with sometimes you playing as them in certain areas.
Mm-hmm.
This one, however, unlike Until Dawn, the first one, Man of Medan is multiplayer. So me and Musketshot are going to probably play it sometime and have some fun, probably screwing over the characters in the end. Because that is something we could possibly do. And speaking of that, they are making the new one. I think it was called Little Hope, which I do want to check out. I think it's coming out this year in October.
Oh, cool.
So maybe we can check it out then too.
Yeah, cool.
If we like Man of Medan enough.
Yeah, right. It's a hard title to say, though. I don't know why, but Man of Medan. Yeah.
But yeah, we'll talk to you guys next time screaming.
Yeah, right. All right. Well, I think that's about it for this week. So thank you for listening, and we will talk to you again next week.
Take care, guys.
Thanks.
Stay
Bye.
indestructible. Peace.
Game over.
Hey, it's Mr. K here. Hope you enjoy the show. You can listen to us more on Spotify, iTunes, and iHeartRadio. And you can also find us at Facebook and Twitter. All right, guys, stay indestructible. Peace.